Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Junaid. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Practice చేసావా? I can.
ప్రాక్టీస్ అంటే మొత్తం
Doubts?
ఒకసారి గో త్రూ చేశాను. వీడియోస్
Any
వాచ్
doubts?
చేశాను. డౌట్ ఏం లేదు సార్.
ఎక్కడ వరకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసావు?
క్వశ్చన్స్ ట్రై చేయాలి సార్ దాని మీద. సిటీ అండ్ సబ్ క్వైరీస్.
ఓకే.
అదే
సో నువ్వు జాయిన్స్ కి ఏదైతే అండ్ క్వైరీస్ వాడావో, సో అదే కండిషన్స్ లో జాయిన్స్ బదులు నువ్వు సబ్ క్వైరీస్ యూజ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయి. సరే.
ఓకే.
ఉద్యమం. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద యూజ్ కేస్. అంటే అన్ని కేసెస్ లో పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు యూజ్ చేయడం సబ్ క్వైరీస్ జాయిన్స్ ప్లేస్ లో, బట్ ఇన్ సమ్ కేసెస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్. యూ కెన్ ట్రై దట్.
ఓకే. డూప్లికేట్ వాల్యూస్ ఫైండ్ చేయాలని చెప్పారు కదా, అది సిటీ.
అది సిటీ.
అది చూడలేదు. ఓకే, అంటే ఓవర్ వ్యూ జస్ట్ రిటర్న్ టైప్ లాగా, అదే సెలెక్ట్ రోల్ నెంబర్ యూజ్ చేసేసి మనము అదే ఆర్డర్ బై అని పార్టీషన్ రాసినాక, అంటే రిపీటెడ్ కాలమ్ని మనం సిటీ యూజ్ చేసి, అదే ఎస్టర్డే మనం చూసాము ఎగ్జాంపుల్, అదే చూపిస్తాను. అంతే. గ్రేటర్ దెన్ రో నెంబర్ 1 ఎక్కువ ఉంటే దాన్ని డిలీట్ ఫంక్షన్ కూడా వాడచ్చు. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ మనం డిలీట్, మనము డిస్టింక్ట్ రికార్డ్ కావాలంటే కూడా అంతే కదా సార్. రోల్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 1 అని రాసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది.
డిస్టింక్ట్ రికార్డ్స్ కావాలంటే అంటే ఎక్కడి నుంచి?
యూజింగ్ సిటీ.
సిటీలో డూప్లికేట్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు డిస్టింక్ట్ రికార్డ్స్ కావాలంటే రోల్ నెంబర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 తీసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. So today we will discuss about if statements and while loops. Okay.
Okay.
So coming to if statements, okay, these if statements will help you, okay, execute a command.
Screen share చేస్తున్నాను.
You can see now.
Okay.
Basically, these if statements are used to execute a statement based on a condition.
Okay.
So, based on the output of the given condition, okay. So we'll try to execute it as a command or a statement, or we'll try to skip that statement. Okay. So we have to give it a Boolean expression. What does a Boolean expression mean? Is it returns the output of that Boolean expression is a true or a false.
Okay.
Okay. So the if condition will validate that Boolean expression. Okay. Based on the value returned, so it will run the statement or it will skip the statement. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, we will be using this as an for conditional execution. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to execute condition, a condition must be true. So for that kind of conditional execution, we will be using this if statements or if conditions. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so let's see like a small example. We try to cover more things today. So let's try to take a small example, a simple one. Okay. Let me show you. So you know this declaring of variables, right?
Yeah.
So we have discussed about these variables, did we?
Variables and discuss చేయలేదు సార్ అవి.
Variables discuss చేయలేదు. చేసాం అనుకుంటా ఆల్రెడీ.
లేదు సార్. టెంప్ టేబుల్ అండ్ టెంప్ వేరియబుల్ ని డిస్కస్ చేద్దామని క్లాస్లో మనం డిస్కస్ చేయలేదు. హలో. వాయిస్ వస్తుందా?
So let's talk about the variables then. Okay. So variables are nothing but so whenever you want to declare, you want to give, I mean you want to consider a value during the runtime, during the execution of a value, okay, during the execution of a query, okay. You want to give, you want to change, you want to keep changing the value of that variable, okay. Let's say you have a column and there is a column, there is a value in that, okay. Let's say we have an employee table, right?
Okay.
So let's start employee table, right? So let's say you're working on this employee table, okay.
Okay.
So every time, so you want to display the salary of a person or an employee, okay. So what you will be doing here is you'll be writing the where condition and writing the MP number, okay.
Salary equals
MP number equals to some. And then take this
salary.
So if you're writing like this, okay, every time you want to see a salary of an employee, you have to go to the query and change it, okay. If you want to change the query, if you want to change the employee number, you want to see the salary of another employee, you have to go into the query and change the value there, okay. So you have to manually do that.
Yeah.
right? Let's
Yes,
say
sir.
you want to change the value of the employee, value of the employee number during the runtime.
Yeah.
So let's suppose we are running this query, it will execute in HFE and the result will be out there, right? But you want to display the salary of other employees also. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say you want there is no employee with the employee ID 7370, right? But you don't know that. So you want to display the salaries of employees between a range. Okay. Let's say from 7369 to next 5 employees, I want to display the display. So how can I write that? So
Using between.
using between, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right. So, but we can do that using variables also. Using variables and if conditions. Okay.
If conditions.
Yeah. So in a if condition, okay. So what we can do is we can keep changing the value of a variable. Okay. So instead of hard coding the employee number here, okay, we will take a variable. So we will take a variable there. So in that variable, so we cannot assign only one value to that. We can assign multiple. We can keep on changing the value of that variable. Okay. So if you see here in the employee number, so if you see in employee number, I have only these values. So if I want to change any value in the employee number, if I want to take any random number in for employee number, I cannot take. I should take only the values available in the table. I cannot take any random values for employee number and expect to give a result.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but for a variable, there are no conditions. You can give any random number to that, and you can keep on changing the value assigned to it. Okay.
If we change the value, then result will.
Yeah, result will also be altered.
Okay.
So based on the value, the result will be altered here.
Okay.
Okay.
If we are taking a random number, then result doesn't exist, no?
The result doesn't exist. And I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
I'm just taking an assumption here.
Okay.
So you will not get the result, but just this the assumption that you can give the value. You can assign the random value to variable.
Any value.
Yeah.
It doesn't throw an error.
Yeah. It might possibly might give you a null. Okay.
Yes.
So let's see how to create a variable now. Okay.
Variable is nothing but it stores the data.
Yeah, it stores a value temporarily. Okay. So during the execution, like in the beginning or during the when you're writing a query, you might give it a value. Okay. But we can write our query in such a way that during when you execute the query, okay, you can keep changing the value of that variable. Okay. Let's say you have assigned some 100 number to a variable. Okay. During the beginning. So during when you are writing the query, in the beginning, you have initiated the value of the variable as 100. Okay.
Yeah.
But when you execute the query, whatever the query you have written, so there are options that you can change the value of that variable without you writing, without
query.
you actually giving the value as a hard coded. Okay. So there are options that you can change the value of that variable to some 105 or 200.
Okay.
But you will initialize the variable with one value. Okay. You have to give the initial value to that.
Okay.
You can give any initial value to that, like let's say 100 only. Okay. But when you execute the query, you cannot change the value of that variable, right?
Yeah.
So only before executing the query, you can give a value to assign, you can assign a value to that variable.
Yeah.
But during the query execution, you cannot change the value of that variable. Like manually like you cannot write a new value to that. You cannot hard code a new value to that variable, right?
Right.
But there are options that we can change or we can assign a new value to that variable during the runtime or during the execution. Okay.
Okay.
The value of the variable can be changed. That's why it is a variable one. It is not a constant one. It will keep on varying. It can keep varying. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see this employee number, so only these values can be given to that. Okay.
Yeah.
But for a variable, that is not the case. It can have any number. It can take any number into that. Okay. So let's see how to create a variable.
Okay. Example.
So we can create a variable using declare keyword. Okay. If you want to create a variable, you should use the keyword declare. Like for cities, how we are using with keyword. Okay. For variables, we should use declare keyword. Okay. So declare, and the variable should start it at the rate.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And you can give any random name. And after giving the name, you should give the data type of that variable. Okay. So usually, based on the use case, you should give the value of that. Data type of that variable. If you are trying to assign some numbers to that variable, okay, you should use the numbers data types. Okay, anything like number, precision, float, integer, anything. Okay, if you are trying to use, if you are trying to assign string values to that variable, you should give the string data types. Okay.
Yeah.
So now here I'm trying to use numbers. I'm trying to assign numbers to that variable. So I'm going by integer data type. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have to assign a value to this data type. So to assign a value to this, to a variable. To assign a value to that variable, so you should use the keyword set. Okay. Set at the rate number equals to some random variable 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what happens is, so this value 10 is stored in this variable. Okay. So how can we use that? So you can use that in your select statements. So if you write a select rate number, so this is not again a physically available one. It will not be stored permanently in your database server. Okay. So it will be, the variables will be created during the runtime and will be destroyed after the query execution. Okay.
It exists till the execution.
Yes, it will exist till the execution. Once the execution is finished, so they will be destroyed. Okay.
Okay.
So every time you have to recreate those things.
Okay.
So now I have say if I have run this right, I have
Yeah.
it is showing the value of number as 10. So if I just execute now, so it will not execute. Okay, it will say must declare. So earlier we have declared and we have run that right.
Yeah.
But that is valid only for that execution.
Yeah.
Okay. So it will not available for the next execution.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So every time if you want to run a user query, I mean use a variable in your query, the declare statement should be there along with that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how we can create a simple variable. Okay. And if you want to assign a varchar value there, you can do that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. So I'm giving an integer value to a varchar data type variable.
Mhm.
So what is error I'm getting here?
Automatic overflow error connecting expression to data type and okay. We are not given size, no?
Yeah, we didn't give any size. You want me to give size? Okay. I'll give size. What has happened here?
Integer
So
is
earlier during the union things, when you're performing the union, when you're trying to work the union and union all things.
yeah.
So what did we discuss there?
Huh?
So what did we discuss there?
Union now.
Yeah.
Union will only give it will distinct records.
Yeah.
In union now it will give a result only with duplicates also it will.
So about the data types, okay, when you're trying to perform the different data union of different data types, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it
the
will
integers which
converted.
look like nvarchar can be converted into, I mean, can be used in nvarchar things, okay.
Yeah.
But the strings cannot be used in
Integer.
integer data types.
Yeah.
The same thing we can take here, we can consider here, okay.
Okay.
You can see this now. So now you will get the different error. So why? Because so earlier it has accepted the integer value into this string data type. Okay. Now, so I'm getting the same. I'm getting some overflow error.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? I've taken it in even
Size
though
is 3.
yeah, even though it is a number. Since the size is 3, but my characters is size is more than 3.
Yeah.
So that's why it is not accepting here. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
Even though
check
it's
that.
down in the result, it shows one row affected.
It will just
It
show
means
one row. So we are not doing it. So when do you see this kind of things? One row of activity. Okay. So when you kind of do an update or delete kind of thing, so you will see this kind of message, right? One row of activity. Or when you see do an insert, you will see these things.
Yeah.
Okay? But here we are doing a select statement. So it is just a kind of blind execution. So nothing will be impacted there. So in the select statement, with the select statement here, nothing is getting impacted.
Okay.
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 So this we can ignore this message basically.
Okay.
Now let's try to insert and string data type into an integer, sorry, string value into an integer data type. So now we get the regular conversion error. Okay. The same thing how during the insert things or the update things, whenever you try to give a wrong data type value, so you will get the same error. You will be getting the same error.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is the one thing. So we call them as local variables. Okay.
Okay.
So these will be available only in one here. Okay. Only in one window. So we cannot use them in the other windows. So if you want to use them in other windows, you have to declare them again. Okay. So if you want to use that in other window means you have to declare them again, right? So wherever the select statement is there, so before the select statement, the variable should have been declared. So that is the condition, right?
Yeah.
So without the declare statement,
in the same statement also, if we execute it once, then we need to use again. Then we need to declare.
Yeah, again, if you want to run the select query with
declare
the variable, you have to select the declare statement also.
Yeah. Okay.
Without the declare statement,
You cannot execute.
you cannot execute the query there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is about variables. Okay. If you want to change the value of the variable, you can just change it here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
See, the variable name is same, but the value what we are assigning is different.
Yeah.
So that means we can keep on assigning a different values to that. So whatever values you want, so we can give a logic or a pattern to that. Okay.
You can change instantly.
Yeah, it will during the runtime. It will change automatically. Okay. So let's see how we can use the variables in the loops. Okay. We will be able to change the value of those variables in the loops. So usually if you want to change the value of the variable, you should change the value by changing it here. You have to write the value, whatever the new value you want to assign, you have to write the value there. Okay. But if you want to change the value during the runtime, it should be in a loop.
Okay.
Okay. So only in loops we'll be able to change the value of the variable automatically or dynamically. Okay. Let's talk about if condition. Okay. So like I said, if condition will be used for an conditional execution. Okay. So based on the condition, based on the output of the Boolean condition that you are giving, so we can decide whether a statement case should be executed or not. Okay. So let's see for that. Let's declare a variable now. Okay. So this is a simple example I'm taking. Okay, declare a number to int. So I'm setting up a value for it. Set iterate number equals to 4. Okay. So here, so what I want to do is, okay, so I want to print whether this 4 is even number or not.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to find, so whether this 4, whatever the value I've taken. I want to know whether that 4 is an integer or not. Okay. So how can I do that? So it's a simple maths. Okay. So if the mod value of the 4 is 0, then it's an even number. Okay. So you know the division things, right? You will be getting the remainder and the mod value in the end. Okay. Right. So if I divide this 4 by with 2, so what will I'll get 2 as remainder and 0 as mod.
Yeah.
Right. So based on that condition, I'm going to find whether this number is even or odd. Okay.
Yeah.
So first I have to check whether the mod of 4 when divided by 2 will come as 0 or not. So that is my condition. If it comes as true, okay, then this will be even number. If it comes as false, then it will be a odd number. Okay. So let's write the condition. So this is how we are going to do. If mod of 2 is 0. Okay. So here we are not writing the divided by and conditions. Here, if I give ampersand here, this will symbolize mod. Okay. This is how we can write. Or if you want to write something like this, you can also number divided by 2 is 2.
Number is divisible by 2, then it is even.
Okay. So what? 4 divided by 2 is 2 only, right?
Yeah.
So if 5 divided by 2 is what it will come? It will come in some fractions, right?
Yeah.
So the final value cannot be 2, right?
Yeah.
Here. So if I take some 9 value, some 10 value here, okay. So if I divide it by 2, what will be the remainder? So remainder will be 5 here.
5.
Right?
Yeah.
So that we have got an perfect integer. So if I divide by 5 that one, so if I divide by 5 that, so the remainder will be 2 now.
Yeah.
So in this way, so we will not be able to find the integer part. So so here the value is depending upon the number with which we are going to divide.
Yes.
Right? So that's why. So I'm keeping the number with which I'm going to divide as a constant. I'm taking by 2. Okay. So if I want to check the even numbers, odd numbers just by dividing by 2, I have to go by mod, not by the remainder. Okay. That's why I'm taking the mod value here. Okay. Okay. If the number and mod value of the number is 0, then it's an even number.
Yeah.
Or it's an odd number. Okay. So now you have to write the begin condition first. Begin. So first you have to write the true condition. What you have to do, what you want to do. Print. I want to print.
Number is even.
The number. Okay. And you have to end. Okay. The first statement, if condition is true, okay, you should, in the first begin end part, you should write the whatever you want to execute whenever the condition is true. Okay. The next part you should write else condition. Else.
Written end, no?
Yes.
Okay.
So begin and end means, okay. So only for in the true condition, okay.
Okay.
In the true, let's say this condition is true, okay.
Okay.
Whenever this condition is true, it should print. You should execute some set of commands, okay.
Yeah.
Or a command, right?
Yeah.
So we are specifying. Yeah, we are specifying those commands are in between this begin and end. Okay.
Okay.
That set of statements will not go after this end. Okay. So we are whatever the set of commands we are trying to execute when the condition is true, we should give them in between this begin and end. So that means we are giving the statements that our set of statements are beginning here and ending here for the true condition. Okay. So for else statement also you can write the same thing. Okay, but I'm not writing it here. You can write the same things, begin, but I'm not writing it. Okay. Since I'm taking only one condition, so but anyways it will work. Let's execute these statements. So it is saying as even number. Okay. So what is happening is in the if condition. So first we will be executing the set of statements whenever it is true. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in the else part we will be executing the statements we want to execute when the condition is false. Since the condition is true now, it is printing even number. Let's try changing another number. So the mod value of the particular number cannot be a 0. No, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's why we are printing that as an odd number. Okay.
Yeah. This statement we had not put in begin and end in between begin and end, even though it's printing odd.
Yes, it is printing. So begin and when end why we use is, so let's say so like this also I can execute. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So why we have to write why it is a best practice to write begin and end is, so let's say we have another statements there. Okay. Select. This is just one random statement which I'm taking. Okay. So if I don't write the begin and end statements here, so it doesn't know. The system, I mean the SQL server doesn't know. So it is considering this select 100 as also a part of else statement. Okay. So if you see here in the message, you can see the odd number, and in the result chart also you can see here, right?
Yeah.
So it will think this select statement, this select part is also a part of else statement. So it won't consider this only this part. So if I write this begin, the system will know that the else statement only from here to here. Okay, I can end the execution of the if statement here. Okay, and this will be treated as a new statement again. Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this also will be treated as the part of if condition. Okay. So it is better to write if begin and end in the if conditions. So since it is a simple statement,
one
I
or
can
more
take
statements are
that.
there.
Yeah. If we have more statements, if we have multiple case statements or anything, so it is better to use begin and end. Okay.
Okay.
So just to ensure that your if condition is working fine and it is not clubbing with other statements. Okay.
Okay.
So in the if condition also, so this is a simple if condition. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the if condition also, there is a possibility that you can use multiple if conditions. So inside the if condition, we can use another if condition. Okay. Clear? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sure.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is another condition where, I mean, another case where we can use multiple if statements in one query. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's consider the same example. So here, how we can use another query. So by what my requirement is, so I want to determine whether a number is, above 100 and even number, or whether number is above 100 or odd number. Okay. So I can check it using, I will check it using multiple if statements there. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try to write. Okay. I'll use the same example. I'm writing another query here. So first condition, so what I want to find out is whether the number is above 100 or below 100. Okay.
Okay.
Here. So what can I write the condition here? So just simple at the rate number is greater than 100. So this is simple. So if the number is greater than 100, I can print
above
number is above 100. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So this statement will give me a Boolean result, right? It will give me a true or false, right?
Yeah. Oh, we can write if, inside if we don't need a inside if, no, for this statement.
Inside it means
We are using if condition inside a if, another if.
Yes, we are going to use, yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir, continue.
So any doubt and ఇక్కడ
I think ఇంకొక if అవసరం లేదన్నమాట సార్.
ఎలా రాయొచ్చు చెప్పు. Tell me your idea, no problem.
If number is greater than 100, then we can print as the number is above 100.
Yeah.
Else.
So you want me to write another condition. And
else condition రాసేస్తే సరిపోతుంది సార్.
2, right?
Yeah.
So this is what you want me to write.
Yeah.
But if I use these conditions, I won't be able to show the multiple ifs, right?
Okay.
I can write it like this way, but I will not be able to use multiple ifs.
Correct. Okay.
So the theme is, I mean, the agenda here is to show you multiple ifs.
Multiple ifs. Okay. Got it.
Okay. So this is
like
just like you're just trying to optimize the query here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you write like this, okay, what if I want to know the number is less than 100, okay, and the mod is not equal to 0. So what will I write then again? Okay. So here I can write one statement, right? Print number above 100 and number, right? So this is what I can write if the condition is true, right? So if the condition is false, what I can write?
Else number is below.
Print number
is below 100.
Number below 100 and odd number. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check this. So it says number is above 100
and even number.
and it is even number, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to check it by 111. Okay. So what does the message say?
It says below 100, number below 100 and odd number.
So is the result set correct? Whatever the message
No,
we
no.
are getting?
Actually, we are
correct?
getting a number is below 100.
Yeah. So is our number below 100?
Huh?
Is our number below 100?
No, it's not below 100. It's above 100.
Right?
Yeah.
So does this condition, whatever we are giving, is correct?
Is not exact correct.
So, but what we can do, we can determine whether number is, so if we try to just go by one, okay. So what I wanted to illustrate is, first our condition will check whether the number is 100 or not, okay. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Your voice is breaking, I think. Okay.
No, okay, no?
Okay.
Okay.
So in this condition, so it is trying to, if since we are using unconditioned, okay. So both of these conditions should return true, okay.
Yeah.
So this condition also should return true, and this condition also should return true.
Yeah.
Then only the whole return value of this if statement will be true.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if the one condition is false, then the whole condition will be false.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why we are getting wrong result. Number below 100. It is
Yes.
since it is this is false, right? This condition is false, and this condition is also false. I mean, sorry, this condition is true and this condition is false. True and false is false always. So that's why we are getting, we are able to print
a below number is below 100.
So which is wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why if we can use multiple if statements here, okay. So first we will determine whether the number is 100 or not, okay. And then if the number is above 100, we will check whether that is even number or not.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let's see how we can use multiple if statements to check that.
Okay.
So now I'm using
Number
the
is
first
based
condition. Okay. So my first condition is whether the number is 100 or not. First I will determine that. Okay. So I'm taking the first the number is 100 or not. Okay.
Yes.
So I can write begin.
Number is
Print
greater than
above 100. Okay.
Yeah.
Else begin print below 100. So let's try to execute this one. So it says our number says it is above 100. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's try another value. So now it is, and I'm getting the correct results, right? So now I want to know, so whether the number is odd number or not. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know two conditions, whether the number is above 100 and odd number, or below 100 or odd number, or above 100 and even number, or below 100 or even number. Okay. So I want to know, I have four conditions there. Okay. I have four possible values, outcomes. Okay. So now let's see. So since the number is above, so if I want to execute this statement, the condition must have been true, right? That means the number is above 100. Okay.
Yeah.
So even though the number is above 100, the value can be even or odd.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a possibility. No?
Yeah. So that's one possibility. So if I take 100, that is an even number, right?
Yeah.
So if I take 101, let's take 101. So 101 is an odd number. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is above 100. That means our condition is true. So it will execute this part and it will print above 100, right?
Yeah.
Now I want to know the above 100 number is even or odd number. I can take 101 also above 100, 102 also above 100, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know whether that above 100 number is even or odd. Okay.
Yeah.
So here in the first condition, so since if the condition is true, it will print this statement, right?
Yeah.
It will execute this set of statements. Okay.
Yeah.
Here I will write a if condition whether to determine if the number is even or odd.
Even or
okay.
odd. Yeah.
Okay. Here I can write the if statements. If at the rate number mod of 2 equals to 0,
Then
begin print
the number is even.
above 100 and even. Okay. And else begin print above 100 and odd. Okay. So in this statement, in this true condition, I am again writing an if condition to determine whether the number is even or odd. Okay.
Yeah.
The same thing I will follow here. Did we get the correct output? So what is the result we got above 100 and even, right?
Yeah.
So what it is doing is first it is checking
First
for
it is
this
checking,
statement.
yeah.
Okay. First this is checking for the
If it
first
is-
if condition.
Yeah.
Okay. If
Yeah.
it is condition, it will execute the first set of statements between this begin and end. Okay.
Yeah.
This begin and this end are the first set of statements which should be executed when the condition is true. Okay. When the condition is false, we are writing else, and the set of statements between this begin and this end should be executed. Okay. Since our condition is true, it is going to this part,
This, yeah.
this block, this begin and block. Okay.
Mm.
So in this begin and block, we have another condition, another if condition.
Yeah.
So where we are determining whether the number is even or odd. Okay. Again,
Yes.
we have to write an if condition. If it is true, it will execute this block. If else, it will execute this block.
Mm.
Okay. So since the number is above 100, it will execute this block. In this block, we have another condition. Okay. If it is again true, it will print this one. If it is false, it will print this one. Okay. So here we are taking number 103. So that's why. So since the number, it will check for the 100. Okay. Above 100, okay, this will execute this one. And 102 is, or mod of 102 is 0. So
Yeah.
it is printing this one.
Yes.
Inside that, like that. So like this, we can use multiple if statements in one if condition. Okay, if you see here again, I have changed the number to 103 and it is giving me above 100 and odd. Now it is printing this one.
Yes.
So let's take value less than 100. Okay, I'm taking 98. See, it is below 100 and even now.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
Clear? Any doubts here in the statements?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Statements?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just coming to the variables, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So there is another way of assigning a value to variables, okay. So for
Okay.
assigning the values here, we are using the set, right?
Yeah.
Set the variable name equals to some value. Here we are hard coding the value, okay.
Yeah.
So here, if you want to assign from a table, assign a value from a table, how we can do that? Declare @ number, okay.
Yeah.
So if I want to give a value from, so this is the value, right?
Yeah.
So here, if I want to assign the maximum salary in the employee table to this number variable, okay.
Okay.
So how I can do that is, I can write select @
number is equal
to
max of
salary
from
from
employee.
EMP. Okay. So I'll select this one. So if you see, the maximum salary in the employee table is 5,000, and I'm able to assign that 5,000 value to this variable
number. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can use this condition here. So by using, like, you can practice a task here in if conditions. Okay.
Okay.
So here we have assigned a maximum of salary, right?
Yeah.
So check whether the salary of the employees in the employee table that we can do using while. So for check for this employee, okay, for this say for the 7369 employee, okay, check whether the salary of employee is greater than the highest salary or not. Or let's take average salary here, okay. The average salary would be 2020. I mean, for all the employees, the average salary is 2020. Okay. The average of all these salary columns is 2020. Okay. So for every employee, okay. Yeah. Okay. At a time, take one employee. Okay. So you have to determine whether the salary of that employee is above the average salary or below the average salary. Okay. 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 So using the if condition here, okay. Using the if condition, you can determine whether the salary of an employee take one employee at a time, okay. Not all employees. So if you are considering the first employee here, okay, you should determine whether the salary of this employee is above the average salary or below the average salary. Okay. Yeah. So you try to work on that. Yeah. Okay. If you have an idea, you can tell me. We can write if the variable number is greater than average greater than number. So here variable. Yeah. Here the task is you should use. You can use two variables there. Okay. Okay. Instead of using one variable, you can make use of two variables. The first one is, here in this variable, you can store the average salary of all employees. Okay? Yeah. In the other variable, you can take the salary of the employee you want to consider. Okay. So let's take you want to compare the salary of Smith. Okay.
Okay.
So you can store the salary of Smith in one variable, and you can compare whether the salary of Smith is greater than the average salary. If it is true, you can print the average salary of that person is greater.
Okay. For every time we need to change variable employee number, no?
Yeah,
so instead of that, we can.
We are not taking any loop here. We are trying to practice if condition.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So just for the if condition purpose, take one employee at a time here.
Okay.
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 Clear?
Clear.
Okay.
At a time, we can compare only one employee only.
So here we can give only one condition, right?
Yeah.
So just for the practice purpose, we will take one employee at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the practice of if conditions.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay. Clear.
Okay. Fine. So we will, I mean, tomorrow there will not be any class. Okay.
Sir?
Tomorrow there will be no class.
Okay.
So you can practice, I mean, till whatever we have completed.
Yeah.
You can practice till. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.